Good day everybody, my name is Awesomecrunch and welcome back to more Subnautica news. Now, this episode there is quite a few concept arts to go through. There will be more coming out tomorrow because it's a Monday and they generally release concept art on a Monday, but there's quite a few to go through. So, firstly, we were given another Predator concept by Alex, which is one with a size ref, and that's one of the 3 concept arts that we've had for this kind of squid shark thing. Now this isn't the final one because the final one is this one, Squid Shark 06. This is the one that they're going with, this is the one that we'll see in the expansion. And they also created an earlier one which did have a size ref, but it was much less of a kind of squid looking thing with a fin and a red bit at the end. So it's a little bit different, but again it's another earlier concept for the creature that we now have the final version of. I quite like this one with all the flowing bits, but I can see why they went with the final one. But let me know which one of the 3 you would prefer to have seen. But personally I think they made a good decision going with the one they did, because I think it looks good, especially with the mouth thing. That is probably the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. Next one is another Arctic creature concept, which is called the Proboscis. So this is the Proboscis creature. Now there isn't actually a name for it, so people are just calling it the Proboscis because it has a proboscis, which I think is this thing at the front, this rigid long stick, and it can move from the front of the creature left and right by the looks of it in this little kind of gyro that it has going on. So that's pretty interesting. A very, very weird looking creature. I'd imagine it says it's rigid, so I can't imagine that the proboscis actually retracts into the creature, which is what I was originally thinking it might do. It looks like it's going to be always in, so I don't know how the mouth works particularly, because it seems like there's a top of the mouth and a bottom of the mouth, if that is the mouth. So it has a proboscis, and it's described as a creature with a long, mobile proboscis for snatching food. 2 mobile feelers on the head. Okay, so these are feelers by the looks of it. Not actually mouth. I don't know why I thought that was a mouth. I thought it was like some sort of jaw opening and closing, but clearly that's not it. They're feelers. And they detect odors and vibration, and when pursued, the animal swims off rapidly in an arc, leaving a trail of blue spheres to distract predators. So you can see that shown in the bottom left there with those blue bubble-looking things. And the creature is upside down because it's done an arc movement. It's an interesting idea, and we haven't really seen much like this before. It's an interesting way of doing it, but it could work. The weirder the creatures, the better, I guess. But not in every case, because we did have that concept art from a while ago that some people didn't like because they thought it looks a bit too complex, a bit too alien. I don't know, I kind of liked it, but I can see what they meant. So this is another list of creature concepts that could make it in. None of these have been confirmed or scrapped as far as we know. They're all open to the public just to look at. So first one I really, really like, and I think it would look awesome in an Arctic biome situation. Just loads of these little things, and it's described as having an internal flagella which provides propulsion, which is like a little tail that cells and stuff have, I think, and it's got a gelatinous body, so squishy. I think it would be really cool to see these, especially if they were bioluminescent or something like this. They had the ability to produce bioluminescent light, something like that. I think they would look really, really cool, especially at night. If you could see the internal flagella, that would look awesome as well. If you could see it spinning to provide the propulsion, I don't really know how that would work. Clearly, it doesn't look like it would be a very big creature, because I think that would look quite weird if it was so big. So maybe little like herds of these going around, little flocks. I'm looking for a school, that's the word, yeah, it's a school, not a flock or a herd. So a school of these going around, that would look really cool, I think, especially in the Arctic biome with those colours going on. Looks really, really cool. I'd like to see that a lot. B is described as a planktivorous jelly, which swims carrying an ice shell, so like a predetermined size chunk of ice just stuck to the bottom of the jellyfish kind of thing. It retracts when it's in danger and sinks, and its head shield seals the ice. So it has a shield on top, which actually closes up the hole. So actually when it wants to escape, it completely goes inside the ice chunk, and it sinks to the bottom of the ocean, which is again a really cool idea. I haven't seen anything like this before. It's a cool idea. I don't really know how that would work in principle, but you know, it's space, so where's the science? So C is the neutrally buoyant filter feeder. I'm assuming that means naturally buoyant. So this again seems to steal the idea of the ice shell that you can see in B as well. And again, it seems to go inside. It's kind of like a mixture between A and B, this one, because it goes inside and it's slightly transparent, so you can actually see it, and it looks a bit like the flagella in A. You can probably see the thought process. I bet he probably went A, B, C. Again, really, really cool. So it looks like this would float at the top of the surface, collecting stuff that goes around in the water. And then when it wants to escape, it would plunge down into the ice and, I'm assuming, fall to the bottom. Maybe it would stay floating, I don't know. But either way, it would have ice to protect it, which is another cool thing. So D is another weird-looking fish thing, described as swimming fins that would undulate. So those are the things on the side. They will go up and down, moving around, but like a bird, I guess. And the rope, which is the yellow thing on the back, will eject when it's being pursued by a predator, and the rope explodes, causing damage or blinding light. So a bit like a flashbang underwater, I'm guessing. Again, another cool idea. Don't really know how the rope would explode, but, you know, space, so who really cares? Really cool idea, cool looking fish. I'd quite like to see this in the game. So there's also the filter feeder, which is E, and this reminds me a lot of the grav trap, which is a device you can actually make in Subnautica, so I wonder if he got inspiration from that or whether it's just a completely separate thing. But if you look at the design for the grav trap and then you look at the design for E, they do share some similarities, but I mean, it might be that he's never seen the grav trap in real life. But essentially this is another filter feeder, so it goes into a spherical shell, and then when it wants to filter feed, it opens up and it has these bristles, it looks like, on each stem from the circles that come out. These bristles that I'm guessing things will go into, and they get caught in, and then it takes them back in and processes them, digests them, whatever it needs to do to get energy. So again, really, really cool creatures. I don't know which ones I'd prefer to see. I really want to see A. A is a really cool idea. D is pretty cool as well, and E is nice as well. But let me know which ones you want to see in the comments below. Finally, this is some concept art that's been out for a little while, probably about a week, I don't know. This is another biome concept. Looks nothing really Arctic-like to me. Looks very coral reefy with loads of weird shiny bits coming out of, I don't know how to describe it. It looks cool though. Lots of towers, kind of reminds me of the lava castle over there in the top right. And there's lots of fumes coming out of these little tower things. I have no idea what they are, but there's a sea moth there for reference. I don't know if they've confirmed that the sea moth won't be in. I think they said that it's unlikely the sea moth would be in the game. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the concept art we've had for the moment recently. That's basically all we've had. But it's looking cool. Again, can't wait to play this. I know the devs have been playing around with the expansion because you can see them on Discord playing the game. You know, you can tell that things are really going. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. But I'm going to leave it here, guys. I'm going to be streaming at 7 o'clock tonight, 7 PM UK time. So just type that into Google and it'll tell you what it is in your time. 7 PM UK time. I'll be streaming No Man's Sky. We're going to be doing base building, stuff like that. So if you are interested in that kind of thing, come and join in. It's a pretty fun time. Yeah, I'll see you there. Goodbye, my friends.